So, this is JoJo Heart Attack Health Nutrition video. Blam! So, pretty simple topic today. Everybody wants to know about macros, micros, and saving money on supplements. So, I'm going to hit you with that. Macros. Macros. Real simple definition. Macros are going to be your protein, muscle beast. Then it's going to be your calories, energy. Then it's going to be your fats. Oh, I'm like a flubber, bro. And then it's going to be your carbs, which carbs are going to be a lot of basically your starches, stuff like that. The best thing about carbs is they're more instant energy rather than fats, which are more stored energy. So, that's what those things are. We'll get back to those. Now we're going to talk about your micros. They are like your creatine, your glutamine, all of your vitamins, all that weird powdered crap you buy in the store and get pills and fucking throw them down your throat because I don't know what they do. Well, those things are really important too. They're all building blocks of your body. Both micros and macros are for your body. Everything you do is for your body. So just understand that. The other good thing about all those body building blocks, people were doing just fine before supplements. They were fine. They were totally fine. You can get that stuff from your food. From your food. You can just eat stuff. Yeah. I think it's crazy too. Now, it's going to be hard to get everything at a perfect level from your food. You are going to have deficits, and that's where people supplement. The trick is to do one of two things. Either A, over supplement so that you fill all the boxes, because almost everything is just water soluble and it's just going to come out in your poop. And you can also supplement your macros too, of course. Or scientifically supplement, which is what I like to call it, which is where you figure out where your body's deficits are and specifically reinforce those. Now, scientific supplementation is going to be cheaper because you buy less. Yeah, you don't need as much vitamin C if you eat oranges. So why are you taking a vitamin C vitamin? That doesn't make any sense. You don't have to pay for that. It is unnecessary. You are letting it out in your thoughts. So, forget that. Also, the same kind of thing goes for macros. You don't need a mass gainer. You don't. If you're just trying to get extra calories and extra carbohydrates, eat food. So that kind of gets rid of some of that. That goes back to the cost aspect. A lot of people are like, I can't afford all these things, blah, blah, blah. First of all, you have to consider some of those you're getting from your diet, and you can think about cutting them down once you learn how to get those things from your diet. It is highly complicated. It's a big thing, but you can do it. The second thing is going to be the fact that most of those supplement plans are based on kind of an elite athlete goal, which you need to be realistic with yourself and think about the fact that maybe you don't want to be that guy. And you can cut those things down. If you're trying to gain a little bit of muscle, you could take a little bit of creatine. Most people are recommending 10 grams, and 10 grams is great if you want to be in the Olympics or just want to be like the jackedest guy at your hometown. But if you just don't want to look like a douche, you could probably take 2 grams and something is still better than nothing. That's kind of the focus I've been on in a lot of these videos, and I think that that's great. You can take smaller amounts of stuff to save money. I've been encouraging one of my friends to do that. You can cut the sizes. Something is always better than nothing. Also, you have to consider the type of health food you're taking. There are so many foods that are healthy for different reasons and fit into different niches, and you need to figure out what niche you're searching for, and respond to that. Now, I met a guy recently who I was looking at one of his cabinets, and I saw that he had he had plant protein, which plant protein is great. I mean, if you're a vegan, also it provides a lot of extra vitamins that regular protein wouldn't. And it was a vegan blend. I asked him like, "Oh, so you're a vegan?" And he said, "No." And I said, "Then why do you take that?" And he said, "Oh, because like, yeah, I just bought it at the store because it was protein and it says build muscle on the side." Do you know that whey protein's cheaper? What protein? Muscle? Whey protein is cheaper. What? Whey protein is cheaper. I don't understand the difference. Why is that different? Well, it's not if you're trying to build muscle, but if you want vitamins and you're a vegan, it's pretty different because that you would take that one. It's twice as much, but yeah, he felt so dumb. He immediately bought the right protein and started doing it that way and saved a lot of money because of that. There are a few main areas of the health community. Um, I would probably say biggest one is going to be fat loss. Then you're going to see muscle gain, and then you're going to see I would call it diet type, which is going to be a lot of vegan stuff, a lot of stuff that responds to specific diet decisions, possibly lowering cholesterol, things like that. So therefore, if your goal is to gain muscle, the vegan section, although it might have some interesting products that you probably could use if you know enough stuff, isn't necessarily the place for you. Also, if you're trying to lose fat, then don't be hanging out at the powerlifting store and just be like, "Oh, what's up? Do I need to get some creatine?" You don't. You definitely do not need creatine. They're gonna say you do, but you don't. You don't. If you're not trying to gain muscle, you don't need creatine. So I feel like that's a lot of the points that we wanted to make about the difference between micros and macros and how you can save money. I talked about half portions. I talked about a lot of great things you can do. The biggest thing is know your own body, know what your body responds to, and remember that your body is an exact science. It's just a really hard to figure out science. Your body is like freaking nuclear physics. You can figure it out, but it's going to take time. And just remember, something's always better than nothing. Blam.